All right, we are doing a later recording, which is going to be awesome because maybe some of the people can actually understand how many times I actually have to stop my lessons to correct behavior of elementary type people. All right, if you haven't done so yet, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. So we are using charts to graph. We're using from yesterday function notation. Now, this is really crazy because it says use the domain to find the range. And I bet, eh, I bet if you look at your notes that you will not find anywhere that it says the X values is the domain. I bet you will not find that anywhere. Nowhere. And I bet also that you will not even find that this is the range. Now, I know some people will not even find how to plug in numbers to get other numbers because they like to take those invisible notes. All right, so all we're doing on this is we're actually plugging in this number right here. All right, if we plug in this number for X and we get the same number back, we should really get those. Now, very odd that one of the number one questions I had to answer on the test this past week was I don't know how to graph the dots. Okay. All right. So we start at 0, 0 each time at the origin. Okay. So we have to go -2, which is to the left, and then down 2, and then we make a dot. All right. This one here, we go -1 to -1, make another dot. 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2. All right. Go away. Go away. Jeffries. Yes. Yes, sir. We're about to get there. Thank you, sir. All right. So all you had to do is plot the points. Now we are going to connect them because this is actually a function. A function is a line. So now this function actually has a name when it looks like this type of function. It's a what? No, say it again. Diagonal line. Well, you are correct. It is a diagonal line. But this is called a linear function. And I wonder why it's called a linear function. Because it makes a line. It's not anything special. Okay. Now, for some of y'all that even though your phones are supposed to be away, it's still really easy to see because I can't nothing's that interesting that you got to look down near and see the whole time. All right, so all right, so that was number one that you should have already had done. All right, now number two. Some people may have got some different answers than me because I bet, along with that sheet that didn't have domain and range on it, I bet those notes we were doing function notation that I never showed y'all to put parentheses where the X's should go. That way, when you plug stuff in, you get the right answer. Okay. So, parenthesis, -2, parenthesis, and a little squared button. Boop. 4. There's multiple ones back in the back, and technically they're not y'all's. If you look at the back name, they're mine. All right. So 1. All right, 0. Now, who knows what this little 2 does? What does it actually mean? Squared, but what does it actually mean? Times itself. All right, so this is 0 times 0, which is? Who said 1? Please jump out the window. Okay. Shh. Now, this should be 1 and this should be 4. All right. Now, plotting the points. -2. I start here like the origin story. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Over 1, up 1, because it's negative, then whoops. And then 0, 0. And right here. And then this purple, 2 and 4. All right. Now, and I'm fixing to probably butcher this pretty good. All right. This graph, when you connect it, should curve. Okay. This is supposed to have a U shape. And it's called a quadratic function. Now, on some of these, you might only have to graph like 1, okay, with finding like this on the test. But also, I might have multiple ones where you have to name what type of function it is by giving a graph. All right. So moving on to this one. This little X is in jail. Not really. All right. This absolute value makes everything yes. All right. So think about it, which made it be difficult. If it makes everything positive, if I plug in a -2 into that, what's it going to spit back out? A 2. If I put in a -1, what's it going to spit back out? If I put in a 0, what's it going to spit back out? 0, because 0 is a neutral. It's neither positive nor negative. All right, what about 1? 1. Okay, if it makes everything positive, how is it going to make a positive negative? and then 2. Okay. Absolute value is actually used as a distance. It's a distance from 0. Okay. Just like that former student of mine that's on a submarine. They say make your depth 150. They don't say go negative 150. Nope. Okay. Now, dots, dots, more dots. All right. So this one has a V shape. Anybody want to take a stab at what this is called? Yup. Just an absolute value function. That's it. Nothing special. Okay. All right. Now, I know some of y'all went ahead and started working on the 3 on the back, even though you didn't have to. Okay. Some of y'all still haven't even copied down the 3 on the front, but that's okay. That's why they make summer school. All right. So this is the square root. So for each thing, we're taking the square root of every single one of these. Okay. Well, I've got to redraw that. So we're going to take like this. It's going to be the square root of 0, 4, and 9. Now, not everybody knows how or remembers your square roots off the top of your head. Okay. If you're using one of these calculators, you hit the second button and go down here to the x squared, and it should give you a radical sign, a square root sign. And then you type in your number. 0. And then we do it again. Second square root 4. 2. Second square root 9. Yep. Now, go to plot them. 0, 0. Over 4 up 2. Over 9 up 3. Now, when we connect this one, it's kind of like an arc. Okay. All right. Any guesses to what this is named? I heard heart function. Arc. Okay. Huh? The bend. Okay. Huh? It's the square root function. Okay. My belief is that some of these functions have really cool names because they used all their creative powers for those, and then when they got to this, they're like, nah, they just kind of gave up. All right. Now, so this right here, this we have a variable as the exponent. Okay. So first we're going to, this is actually how you type these in. You're going to use these keys on your calculator. So you're going to hit 2. Use this button right here. That's above the x squared. It's called the caret key, but I call it the raise the roof button. And then parenthesis -2. All right. It is exactly what it is on the board right here. So 2, raise the roof, the little button beside above the x squared, parenthesis -2. So when I hit enter, it gives me a fraction. Now, if I want a decimal, I hit the double arrows above the equal enter sign, 0.25. Okay. Now I do it for the next one. Thank you for calling Mr. Jefferson. You're calling number 2 of the day, and I'm teaching a class. All right, thanks. Bye. Jonathan, you check it out. All right. So, 2, raise the roof, parenthesis, -1. You do. Yep. Bring your calculator here. Yours looks like this. So 2. Okay. So 2. This one. Okay. All right. So this one didn't actually say raise the roof, but it had the X to that one right there. All right. Good question though. All right. Now, this problem right here, this really makes me think that these math people did drugs. Okay. The number one over-the-counter medicine that they had at the time was opium. Opium is what they used to make heroin and morphine and all that other stuff. I still, to this day, do not understand how anything to the 0 power is 1. It does not make any sense at all to me. But it is. You could type in 50 bajillion and raise it to 0 power. It's still going to be 1. All right. 2 to the first. And 2 to the second. 4. All right. Now, all right. So 2, that button, the -2. All right. If you get a fraction, you hit this button, the double arrow. Yeah. All right. So now, how do you graph a decimal? very carefully. Okay. I, I think it's about right there. Okay. As far as graphing exponentials go, we will very rarely graph those. Okay. We do a lot of stuff visually and algebraically with them because graphing fractions is not my favoriteest thing unless we start at zero. Are you okay? Are you having are you having an episode? Like are you okay? Okay. All right. All right. So there's our little ramp all the way back up to that. All right. Now, because our x is our exponent, this is called exponential. What now? Possibly. Yeah. Because previously I said, you'll have to graph like maybe one, and then I'll give you graphs of others, and you have to actually name it. And also, if you've missed some, the completed notes will be on Schoology. And when I get done recording and post this, it will also be up there. Schoology is this really cool online resource y'all have. I don't know if a lot of y'all know that. All right. All right. Number 6. So we're going to use our little caret key again. Do our parentheses, do a caret, and we're going to do the third. So, you know, parenthesis, number, parenthesis, caret key, 3. Okay. So, clear, clear, clear. All right. Parenthesis. Oh, nope, that's cosine. Parenthesis, -2. Raise the roof, 3. -8. Does it what? Are you sure? All right. Now, cubed is that number times itself 3 times. So what should 0 times 0 times 0 be? 0. And then 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 should be 1. And 2 to the third is 8. All right. So there's our points. Actually using function notation, plugging stuff in, getting an answer. I know this lesson is brand new. I know we didn't do anything like this yesterday at all. Just crazy, just brand new material. All right. So we go to graph it. Go over to -2, go down to -8. Bam, there's a dot. Now, Yes. Yeah. Where is the pass up here? Okay. Have y'all forgotten the procedure for going to the bathroom? You come up here and get the pass and get mine. Yeah. No. Yeah. This is another one of those things that I've told y'all and y'all just didn't hear or whatever. All right. Cubic. This is a cubic function. Okay. It kind of has like a little, to me, it has like a little S shape. Some other people say differently. I don't. Okay. All right. That is our recorded lesson. For those that are watching abroad, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. And you know what? I hope you do better with this brand new material because, person that taught this yesterday was horrible. Good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide.